All right, what are your expectations for Shedeur Sanders? A lot of hype. This is what we've been waiting for. We've been trying to see this all year. Now it's here. All of the talk, all of the bravado, all of the just watch, all of that type of stuff. It all comes down to this. Fair or unfair, he's going to be judged very, very harshly on this performance. The people, the Shedurians that are in his corner, if he has a good game, they are not going to shut up about it. The Shedeur haters, if he has a bad game, they are not going to shut up about it. What are your expectations? Make sure you put them in the comments, by the way. There is a lot of pressure on this kid. Last week was not good. That was not a good outing last week. 4 of 16, 47 yards and a pick. Not good. And let's be fair. Let's keep it a buck. If that had been Dylan Gabriel, he would be getting shredded right now. So now, Shedeur Sanders, even in that, even with him being 4-16, he still had opportunities to win the game at the end. I know one pass was dropped. It was a good pass breakup. And then he had a guy in the back of the end zone in the corner, and he just overthrew it. Still backing up, doing the things that he did in college. And you know what? When you don't get practice, you're going to revert to old ways and bad habits. Everybody is the same. Everybody is the same. So what my expectations are for Shedeur Sanders in this game, I'm going to guess that he's going to throw the ball 25, 30 times. If they can get a good running game, maybe less. But I don't know what the roster is. I don't know what the injury report looks like as of yet. This is just my raw reaction to this is sight unseen. I haven't really looked up too many stats or anything like that. What you see on the screen right there is just what I've looked up. He's got an opportunity to set the standard and step in front of Dylan Gabriel and anybody else they're thinking about coming. He can change their mind about what they're going to do next year. But that's a tall order. Don't get it twisted. That is a tall order. He got his ass whooped last week against the Ravens because he wasn't ready. He didn't take any reps. And let's be real, there was a lot of conversation about this. And this is a interesting concept because second stringers do not steal reps from the start. You think Tanner McKee is taking reps from Jalen Hurts? No, it doesn't happen like that. The starter gets all of the reps unless you're dealing with a situation because you've got two rookie quarterbacks and you're always one play away. Now, that is the thing where I will look at Kevin Stefanski and I was, you know that. You know how that game works. You are always one play away, and you got to have your backup, at least the adequate quarterback in the pocket. The Ravens did exactly what they were supposed to do. They blitzed the hell out of Shedeur. And I would imagine that the Raiders are going to do the same thing. They are going to blitz him and try to give him looks that he's not used to seeing. Probably a lot of hidden coverages, probably going to be a lot of guys on the line of scrimmage, and then they're going to be bailing. They're trying to convince him to make a mistake. They're trying to convince him it looks like one defense, but it's not. It's something else. And they're going to force him to make a mistake. Can he overcome that? That's the key. That's the preparation I want to know if Kevin Stefanski is giving him this week. There's only so much you can do in a week. But in my opinion, blitz pickup is the most important thing for Shedeur Sanders because they're going to be coming. And if they don't, that's a mistake on the Raiders. They got to bring the noise. I'm gonna expect at least 4 sacks of Shedeur. But you can get sacked 4 times and still have a good game. Seen it happen before. So it's going to be very interesting to see how they play this. It's very interesting to see what type of preparation has Shedeur Sanders had during this week. And I'm even asking that question. The preparation is the preparation. He probably and you probably trying to get him ready for any eventuality, but there's only so much information you can absorb in a week. So there's going to be high expectations, little preparation, and he still is expected to perform at a high level. I'm looking, you at least have to give your team an opportunity to win the game. That's what you have to do. As bad as he played against the Raiders, they still had an opportunity to win the game. And that's all you're looking for. What are they going to do this week? When we're talking about preparation, what is Kevin Stefanski going to do with the offensive game plan for the Raiders that will benefit Shedeur Sanders? You know he's got a pretty good arm, better than Dylan Gabriel. Bigger quarterback. Dylan Gabriel's 5'10". Shedeur is 6'2". He's very accurate. Use your tight end, get Fannin involved, get everybody involved. Get him some short routes, some quick slants, things of that nature to get him in rhythm. We say that word all the time. You got to get him in rhythm because you want to get things going and you want to get somebody, work that sweat up, get him comfortable back there in the pocket for whatever that looks like. So they got to do a good job protecting Shedeur. The problem is their offensive line is not good. And if the guys up front in the trenches can't block, can't keep the defense out, he's going to have a problem. Oh, by the way, you got Max Crosby breathing down your neck. This is the benefit of having Myles Garrett on your team. You've got somebody of that caliber to practice against every day. So you're seeing defense, the best of the best of the best coming at you. So that should help. But your offensive tackles have got to figure out a way to block Crosby or he is going to be in your grill all day. They're going to be, I'm guessing, they're going to be moving him up and down the line of scrimmage all game. And you got to find him and understand what you got to do. Roll coverage, whether you got to go Roger Louis to his side, whatever you're going to do. But Max Crosby is the game plan. You have got to stop him. Just like other teams got to stop Myles Garrett, you got to worry about Max Crosby because he's coming. He's going to put you to the test. And if the offensive line can at least handle him, give Shedeur a little bit of time, he might be okay. If Kevin Stefanski was smart, he would do some things and put some things in place where he can get the ball out of his hands quick. That's why I mentioned quick slants, outs, things of that nature where you can get the ball out of your hand quick. However, that's what he was doing with Dylan Gabriel, and it was dink and dunk, and what nothing getting done. You got to get the ball downfield. Shedeur can do it. Is he going to have time to do it? That's the question. So the expectations for Shedeur are going to be sky high. I'm going to be very interested to see what the ratings are for this game because I think the ratings are going to be off the chart. And if he has a decent game, he doesn't even have to have a great game. He just has to be decent. He just has to be adequate. And it's going to go through the roof because they will have a clear example of this is the best guy that you have right now to be under center. Period. This is his time to show that I am the best quarterback you have on this team. I'm better than Dylan Gabriel. I'm better than Bailey Zappi. This is his time to do it. But they got to protect him because if the offensive line can't protect, it makes no difference who you got under center. You're going to always fail. The guys up front have got to protect. Again, my expectations are not really high. I just want to see him have a solid game. He doesn't have to be good. He doesn't have to be great. He just has to be an adequate quarterback that can look in the pocket, go through his progressions, get rid of the ball on time and on target, and get his team down the field for an opportunity to score and possibly win this game.